Hello, friends, and welcome back. So let's recap a last episode. So last episode, we did two quests. We did the Courier and Twice Reformed. So this was kind of showed the whole spectrum of quality within Shattered Space. We have the Courier, which is what I would consider a throwaway quest. It's not like terrible, but it's rather blah. And then we had Twice Reformed, which was extremely dramatic, filled with tons of action, and has several different possible endings to it, which do have like ramifications. Like certain characters will die depending upon your choices. So there's that. We basically had what I would call the fan favorite. A lot of I've asked around, and most people consider Twice Reformed their favorite quest of Shattered Space. Me, it's in my number 2 spot. But yeah, very good quest. And then we also had that very kind of blah, boring quest with the Courier, where it's basically just a simple delivery kind of deal. But what we're doing today is the Fang. So that is, let's see, it's right here. The Tomb of the Fang is where we go first to pick up this quest. So we're gonna fast travel to Orihim's shack from the last quest, because that's gonna be closest, and we're gonna do this. I think we have a lot of kind of gaming and modding news that we can discuss with the recent sale of Nexus mods, and I see the internet abuzz with just absurdities. I love it. I absolutely love it. Like, everyone's insane. The immediate go-to and jump was, oh my god, they're going to start charging money for mods. Well, I have something to inform you about.
Here we go.
When... Ah! Where did these guys come from? Oh my. That fellow did a lot of damage. It's fine. We'll regen naturally. I don't even know where these guys came from. Maybe they were right here. What is this thing? But as I was saying, when you consider the proposition of charging money for mods, you need to consider the fact that someone is modifying someone else's intellectual property. And those intellectual property holders need to be considered. And it's also why Nexus does not currently charge money for mods, at least directly. Their approach to monetization has been like their premium subscription to like their mod manager, and also ad revenue. Basically, when you go to like their site, you'll be presented with like advertisements, etc. They make a bit of money from both, and that's how they've monetized. So they can't do it directly without the permission from we don't want to go there. They can't do it directly without permission from the intellectual property holders or the game publishers themselves. This is why we can see mods on creations where they can charge money directly and compensate both the intellectual property holders, Bethesda, and the modders directly. And it's why you don't see that on Nexus mods. It's because they legally can't do it. So just because someone else bought it does not change the fact that they legally can't do it. So, like, I guess what I'm trying to say here is, like, the internet needs to cool its jets and think about what is legally feasible. So we're going to avoid that area right there with all those vortex phantoms. So, yeah. don't believe that stuff. Now, would some publishers maybe jump on the bandwagon and partner with Nexus Mods to monetize mods? Yes, I could see some smaller indie producers doing that. But larger game companies like Rockstar, like Bethesda, are going to cut out the middleman. They're going to put up their own platform like Creations and just directly monetize. So that way there's not someone like Nexus Mods taking another cut, which would cut into their profits, but also what modders would get as well. So there's that. Just things that everyone needs to consider. In my personal opinion, what happened with Nexus Mods is they're seeing the writing on the wall. Creations is successful by all measures. Creations is successful. It has allowed modders to make profit on their mods while also compensating Bethesda for their work on like the creation kit and the continued support of the modders. Successful by all means, and they see the writing on the wall. I would not be shocked if Rockstar, with their newest GTA, launches something similar to Creations, where they give mod authors the ability and capacity to monetize mods directly on their own platform, for some kind of deal.
Sneak.
Let's get our FaceTime up here. So that's basically my opinion on the whole thing. I'll probably talk a little bit about it more, but yeah, I could see small mod authors, and this is basically just them, Nexus Mods, the owners cashing out now of on a dying business before the business starts losing value, and this is a very smart, and it's just a business decision on his end. He sees what's going on with monetization in Creations, and Bethesda's games are essentially the cash cow for mods. That and like GTA. I know GTA gets modded heavily. I haven't played a GTA game in a while though. Oh, hi Ben back there. There is someone over here. There he is. But yeah, if you're a Nexus user, you don't really need to worry too much about mods being monetized, particularly Bethesda mods. While they will not force them to take down the mods, which they could, they have every legal right to. They could shut down Nexus mods tomorrow if they wanted to. But I don't think that's going to happen. What I think is going to be the case is we are going to see the slow death of Nexus mods while the new ownership attempts to extract every dollar it possibly can from its user base. And that's going to be through like premium subscriptions and through ad revenue. And then, basically close up shop. That's likely what we're going to see over probably the course of like the next 5 years, 5 to 10 years. We'll see it slowly die. Unless, games, and I could see this with smaller game companies, smaller indie companies, embrace the platform so they don't have to worry about managing their own platform, and then, basically for a cut of the mod revenue. But yeah, that's basically it. And I've actually seen the writing on the wall for Nexus mods for actually quite some time. Particularly as like Bethesda mods are such a big deal, and Creations basically kind of destroys that. It gives a path for mod authors to make revenue on their creations, their work, and they can also provide stuff for free. So it's not like they have to. Creations is like, despite its flaws, it does have flaws, and I can name them. But I think full-heartedly it is a better platform for mod authors to provide things. It gives them a lot of freedom. Some will argue that it's a little bit too much freedom, that people are able to, kind of rip off the gamers, but buyer beware, man. Bethesda's not your dad.
Oh, now we're talking. This isn't happening.
It is happening right now. You're dying. But yeah, that's basically what's happening. Is they sold out Nexus mods because they realize it is dying, and what are they doing? The people that bought it are probably either they're going to be looking at small indie producers to kind of whatchamacallit, small indie producers to team up with. If they're unable to find those small indie producers that are willing to allow them to monetize mods, you're basically just going to see them kind of extract money from the user base of Nexus through premium subscriptions, and those premium subscriptions will probably change. I know some people bought lifetime subscriptions. You'd be shocked how those lifetime subscriptions can end all of a sudden. But yeah, it's not as big a deal as people make it out to be.
Heirlooms stolen. Oh, I need help, please. Do you have medicine? I'm injured. Please, do you have a med pack?
Lots of bruises, energy burns. You must have been in quite a fight. I'll get you fixed up.
You're a doctor then. Oh, the great serpent must have heard my prayer. There. Oh, that's better. I was deep in meditation, so I didn't hear the spacers approach. I did what I could to protect this hallowed ground, but there were too many. Not only did the thieves violate this sacred tomb, but they took the heirlooms of my ancestor. Some of them stayed behind to ambush me. I could hear them. Serpent cursed them for all time.
Who are you?
I am Malia Hajtal, daughter of Faroud and descendant of Makara Hajtal, who was called the Fang. I live in the city, but I spend much of my time here. The silence appeals to me.
Have spacers attacked before?
Only recently. They appeared not long after the catastrophe. From where, I can't say. Looters and murderers, all of them. No matter how many we kill, there are always more.
This place seems very important to you. There's no shame in fighting to protect something that matters.
There is shame in failing to uphold a sacred duty. This is the tomb of my ancestor, Makara the Fang. She was a mighty warrior and had the great honor to command the Starship Morning. When the catastrophe struck, I came here to protect this place. Those accursed spacers snuck in and tried to kill me. The cowards. No doubt they're already on their way back to their lair with my family's precious heirlooms. Now I must bear the shame of allowing her legacy to be forever tarnished.
Is there somewhere safe you can go?
Yes, my family has a house in the city. Once I've regained my strength, I must go there and tell my father what happened. He will not be pleased.
Don't you think you're being a little hard on yourself?
You do not understand. I accepted a sacred duty, and I failed to uphold it. What's done is done. Circumstances do not matter.
You honor your ancestors with your courage.
Any honor I might claim is eclipsed tenfold by my failure to protect my family's heirlooms.
Why would spacers want your family's
Who knows?
heirlooms?
Maybe they think they can sell them. Maybe they thought they looked interesting. I won't pretend to understand how those savages think.
Let me take care of this. You need rest.
Though it wounds my pride to admit it, there's too much at stake to turn down an offer of help. If you truly mean what you say, then I will tell you what I can. There are 3 heirlooms in all. One is a weapon, and the others are a boost pack and a matching spacesuit. The Spacers have a base not far from here. Their stolen goods are stored there under heavy guard. It's a large facility, so you'll probably need to do some searching.
I will get in and out before the Spacers realize I was there.
You're that good. Well, avoiding the Spacers should improve your chances considerably. I'll stay a while and pray while my wounds heal. Afterward, I'll go to my family's home in the city. Meet me there if you recover the heirlooms.
Okay, so I'm just changing up things. I will also inform you, I did upgrade some of the Varun weapons from Shattered Space. I don't have them on me. I gave them to my companion, so we'll be seeing some crazy explosions go off as my companions lay down some suppressing fire. So that will be interesting. Let's see here. Emergency kit. What do I have a lot of? Do I med kits? I have 10. What about trauma packs? How many trauma packs do I have? I have 62. That is quite a lot. So we're going to replace that and we'll use them. And let's kind of grab some stuff off these guys. The credits is good. But yeah, that's my basic thoughts on the whole thing. Is Dark One kind of realizes the writing on the walls. Creations is cutting into the business of Nexus mods. A lot of people still use Nexus mods, but there are also a lot of people that exclusively use Creations, mainly like Xbox users. But it's starting to creep into the PC community as well, where PC users are using Creations instead of Nexus mods, or using them in tandem with one another. And this, it's just simply cutting into the business. And it's going to continue, and Nexus mods is just in the wrong position to make money from mods. They're just not in the right position. They don't hold the intellectual property.
It's a crying shame that these here vermin didn't learn any manners.
They don't hold the intellectual property, so they do not have permission or the appropriate authority to charge money for mods. And that in itself is like a huge problem for Nexus mods. And that's why they have this kind of what I would call is a roundabout way of monetizing mods. It's because they can't do it directly. And the fact that Creations can directly monetize mods, it's not only is it attracting users, but it's also attracting modders. So there's a lot of modders that stopped, particularly with Starfield, they just stopped even putting stuff up on Nexus mods. Currently right now, like, Nexus mods still has more mods available than Creations, but there's a lot of stuff that's just, it's exclusive to Creations, because mod authors just don't care to post on Nexus mods, because the money that they could make from Nexus mods is like, it's negligible. There's really not much in it for mod authors. Like, it's kind of like pocket change, so to speak. I mean, like, you put out a mod, you can maybe, if it's a good mod over several months, you might make like $100. A lot of users, you know, if you're making something that's niche, it's like you might make like $20 on it. So it's really not worth it. Whereas if you make like a niche mod on creations and like charge $5, maybe it only appeals to a small demographic. I'm thinking of Bard's Neuralink. That might see like 1,000 downloads, and like the mod author could, you know, it's a niche mod, it's targeting like a specific audience, and like the mod author could end up walking away with like $300 of that. Well, probably more than that. It'd be like $370, close to like $400 from like 1,000 downloads. So like that is something to be considerate of. Ba, 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 ba.
Brace yourself. Careful! Need help. Now! Now!
We're going to drop a little bit of sky drops here. Combat support. Let's drop a heavy laser turret.
I would be happy to do that.
Let's drop another heavy laser turret because I have them.
So long. I would be happy to help. Look out!
And let no, I don't want a combat strike. Combat support. Ballistic turret. Let's drop a Shiva bot. Combat support. Let's drop a combat bot as well. Oh my god, the ground is shaking so frequently. Tic-tac turrets, I hate them, they're so small. Did we get everything here?
That was scary.
Yes, we did. We got everything back there. Guy was crawling away. Come on, poke your head out. We can get you in the back. We got some spacers. See, this is why these combat drops really change up the dynamic, is because these spacers are distracted by them. Because you know, you can drop them on the other side of the battlefield, everyone has their head turned, and I can just like pick off these guys from afar. one of my Shiva bots. I can't see that guy. He's got too good a cover. Benjamin Dune shooting away with his, he's like a Parima or something. Gotcha. Yeah, that weapon combo really does very well.
And let's face it, I lost Dazra a long time.
Where are you running to, friends? Gotcha. I think there's one more out here. He's fighting the Shiva bot. Gotcha.
Determine who's right. War determines who's left.
Some very insightful dialogue from Ben there. But interesting, nonetheless, to see, you know, the internet kind of freak out, like, oh my god, they're going to start charging money for mods, Nexus mods, how could you, blah, 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 blah. It's like, yeah, that's not going to happen. It's a lot more complicated matter than you realize. They don't hold the intellectual property. It would be like me writing a sequel to Lord of the Rings in the Fourth Age. I guarantee you the Tolkien estate would sue me into oblivion if I tried to do that and charge money for it. They would probably sue me into oblivion if I just gave it away for free. But that's kind of the scenario. Basically, Bethesda just allows it to occur because it's beneficial. It keeps, you know, eyes on their games. So we should probably look around to see if there's any data slates around here.
Scanning.
Ah, here's one. Get ready. Team, there's a potential threat of the locals attempting to reclaim the bunker. Immediate action is necessary to bolster the exterior defenses at the main entrance. Ensure all turrets are operational, guns primed, and every angle covered. Stay vigilant and prepare for any scenario. Okay, let's just look around, make sure we got any other data slates, and kind of like check out the area here. So apparently this is some kind of bunker. My internet's being a little inconsistent, but that is because my child, there's another get ready. Same thing. They definitely wanted us to read it. They're dropping multiple of them around here. All right. Let's just check this area up here with the groat before we go in. Hello, groats. Hello. Weird thing with the giant
on your
head.
six.
Is this another get ready? What does this say? Sky Groat. That's interesting. Let's read this. Shy Groat. I read that as Sky Groat for some reason. I've been watching the Groat for weeks now, and they still aren't reproducing. I've done everything right, good space, right temperature, and proper food. They seem healthy and active, no babies yet. I'm not sure what's wrong. Maybe I'm missing something. Or these growths are different somehow. Need to ask an expert. I'm thinking of giving them a candlelight dinner to see if that does the trick. A little bit silly there. But I think that's everything that's going to be had from the exterior of this location. Let's go to the interior. Control Site Kappa.
I'm not sure how much longer I can hold this position. It's not good for my back or my bowels.
Another get ready. Entrance and loot register. Loot name and team entrance. A crate of Varun bottle wine. Team C. Living and breathing goat. Team C. Forks, spoons. Team B. Cheese. Team C. Paper clips. Team B. Handgun ammo. Team A. Shitload of baguettes. Team A. Circuit boards. Team C. Too much poutine can. Team A. A rifle, a boost pack, and armor. Team A. Let's turn off our flashlight here. Here's some of the baguettes and some of the poutine. For those of you who don't know, poutine is a Canadian delicacy.
What?
They got what they deserve. One-way ticket to oblivion.
Okay, we're in a firefight now. Let's grab the mag shear. Do you guys want to move forward and make a little bit of a distraction for me? That would be greatly appreciated. While I take out these automated guns. There we go.
This is nothing.
So if you come here before picking up the quest, that gate will be down, preventing you from going deep into this dungeon crawl. I think some people complained about that. I don't know why, because, like, honestly, the worst experience I have in Bethesda games is when I clear a point of interest and maybe leave something behind thinking it's junk, only to figure out it's needed for a quest, and then I have to go back through a cleared dungeon to get, said item. So I kind of prefer that, and I think a lot of people put that as like a negative note on this, but in reality, like, that's kind of like personal preference. How do you handle that? Like, you stumble upon like the location of a quest before getting the quest, and I like that they blocked off entrance to this, so you don't like kind of clear out the whole entire dungeon, leaving behind the items you need to. Update on communication Kappa bunker project. This communication serves to provide a status update on Kappa site project. Effective immediately, you are to suspend all activities on Kappa site project. Priority is now the reconstruction of our capital. You are ordered to transport as much materials as possible to support these efforts. All personnel are to ensure that upon departure, maximum feasibility maximal feasible quantities of materials are transported to support the capital's reconstruction efforts. Additionally, it is imperative that the bunker entrance is in lockdown before leaving the site. Operations on the Kappa site project will resume once the capital's reconstruction is sufficiently underway. Follow these orders without delay. The Varun High Council, Lovick Vethal. So, we've had our explanation of why this was abandoned, and my game is lagging to no end. Yep, no end. No end in sight on the lag. Okay. Okay, looks like we're back up to speed.
Pen is mightier than the sword. Unfortunately, I only have a pen.
I hope they do improve.
That's gonna scar.
Hope they do improve the cloud gaming, because it's really convenient to like record game footage without a capture card. But it's contingency upon internet when I'm on, like my Xbox is on the same Wi-Fi network as my PC, is that needs to be improved. Very nice combat here.
Reloading! I'm moving! Fire!
Oh, it looks like Derek is downed.
You won't defeat me without a fight.
Good. Let's pull out the sniper rifle. You're gone. Hit you between the rails. No. And then there was
Best
one.
you've got.
He's fleeing. We'll let him flee. Let's go make sure we gather up all the ammunition that we can here. So that's where we came in at. I think we lost him too. I think he ran deeper into the dungeon, and I do not feel like chasing people. Anything back here? No. Just like a little bar set up with some music. What's this? More ammo? More ammo? I will take the ammo. Hoping for some more mag shear ammo, though. I love that gun, but it just burns through ammo so quickly. That's probably why I like the gun. And just put out like a wall of lead. But yeah, very interesting how insane the internet can be with the slightest of news. And take insane interpretations. No signal. Combo pack.
Enemies. Just when I thought that this place might be safe.
One second here, the next.
Nice little entrance here. Take the medicine. Yeah, if anyone has some thoughts on the insanity of the internet and how, you know, people can be riled up into like these real, very weird states where they're like, oh my god, they're going to charge money for mods. And it's like, you know, he already said they're not going to charge money for mods. And it's because of the obvious thing, they can't.
This is the captain, tasked with the dubious honor of documenting the supposed greatness of our illustrious spacer king. Honestly, I'd rather be swabbing the hull than glorifying his every move in these blasted audio logs. But orders are orders, and the king demands to be immortalized for posterity. It's not that I don't respect the king's authority, but spending my time recounting his supposed triumphs feels like a waste of valuable plundering hours. I'd much rather be out there seizing riches and exploring uncharted territories than pandering to the ego of one man. Nevertheless, duty calls, and so I shall comply. Mark my words, these audio logs will be a testament not only to the king's supposed greatness, but also to my unyielding patience in carrying out this tiresome task. The captain, signing off.
All right, Captain.
I'm tired of this.
And that's going to be kind of the secondary story that's going on within the Fang quest. And this is kind of why I like the Fang quest, is it has this like secondary story that's going on with
Everything
this
okay, Dad?
spacer captain. Should I even bother? It is just weapons and ammunition.
Sorry,
Not really worth picking that lock. Oh wow, look at that gun. It's stuck in the wall. We can go to the officer's lounge. The other areas are restricted. You're not under fire. Sometimes people randomly die. Okay, maybe you're under fire now. Two's more
You
than
have a
a
habit of
coincidence.
inviting trouble, and here it comes. You are annoying me very much right now.
This is a very big and very sprawling point of interest, so this will take us a little bit of time. And you know, if you're just running just the main quest of Shattered Space, you're going to miss this. Very good level
You're gonna
design.
catch it hot,
Everything's
hot
well
now.
cluttered. Like we can see, they set up a bed there. Yes, you're correct.
The captain here, once again plagued by the mundane task of documenting the meager spoils brought back by Sidari's crew. 3 relics, they say, but one's nothing more than a busted rifle. As per the king's orders, they've dragged it off to the armory for inspection. Could it be salvageable? Who knows? But even if it won't fire, they claim this weird baroon stuff would still be worth something to the right buyer. Why does the king bother with that stuff? I'd rather be scouring the cosmos for genuine treasures than wrangling over broken artifacts. Nevertheless, duty calls, and so I shall continue this tedious exercise in cataloging our misadventures. The captain, reluctantly, signing off.
We got a bathroom over here.
Scanning.
The bathroom leads to some other rooms. And this guy who's going to get sniped in the head.
Everything okay, Dan?
Yep. Those Tic Tacs. There's the king. It's going to be a while before we get down there because we gotta go through a lot of different areas to get to that area. So that's blocked off. We do have an area over here.
How much longer do I have to remain crouching?
Yeah, but if you're curious about the monetization of mods and want more detail, I actually did a long-form video on this 2 months ago, and I kind of detailed, what was it? Nexus Mod's model and why it's set up that way. And really, in reality, it's set up that way to be a roundabout way of indirectly monetizing mods. And because they have to do it indirectly, it does not yield a lot of money. They have to do it through like ad revenue, etc., and premium subscriptions to their mod manager.
Well, isn't this fun?
Yes, it is fun. Now let's continue. I think we thoroughly searched this area. So is that where I came from? I think I came from here. Or did I not come from here? I don't think I came from here.
I'm still here, Dan.
Computer panels. A lot of broken doors. And
Well, looky here. Yee! Trouble could have been avoided, but you chose to face it head on. That was the wrong choice.
was it now? Requires a computer. This requires an ID card. Looks like an area where they were constructing. So we're in that room now. And that man is dead. Same with this one. I wish your backpack didn't blow up. Ah. Saphir. Sadari's group hit a tomb and grabbed some old gear. None of the stuff works, but the boss likes the spacesuit. Says it looks fierce. He wants to hang on to it, hang on to the rest to give out as trophies. But I don't know what's the point of a gun that don't shoot. He says it's okay to try and fix the gear so long as we don't break anything. See what you can do with it. But don't damage anything. You're definitely not ever leaving this place. Okay, I think we got everything here. And here. Let's check, make sure I took all the ammo from these guys. Take that digipick. Never have too many digipicks because they have 0 weight. That's an interesting position you ended up in. You look quite comfortable. Ah, we have another scoreboard. Michael, 23 points. Nina, 20 points. Leah, 19 points. Simon, 16 points. Matt, 15 points. Kaz, 14 points. Andrew, 12 points. And Sam, 10. Looks like they were doing some kind of gambling here. Varun, way, and there's a pile of bodies, and one body and some trash, and it looks like you can, oh, there's a blood trail.
Hi, Dan.
We're going to continue following the blood trail. We see some body bags. Game's lagging. Good old cloud gaming. One thing for sure is I definitely cannot stream while cloud gaming. The lag is just like intense. Right in the face. Maintenance. Do I... Okay, this is probably it. And let's see, can I... Yep. And we have a suit here. Was it worth my time? Nope.
What is it?
Nothing. Latency issues. Because someone else is on the internet while I'm on the internet. And cloud gaming is contingent upon internet. And if I kick my daughter off the internet, she will probably have an emotional breakdown. Being a little bit hyperbolic, she would get over it, but I'm not going to torment her by doing that. She would, however, start pulling out all her toys, and I would have to clean up or direct her cleaning up that mess at very minimum. And we see the game that they were playing. They were throwing zealots off that little thing down here, and they were tracking points based off of where they landed. Interesting. Okay, I don't think there's anything of value in there, so we're just gonna walk past it. Oh my.
I'm sneaking, but I'm not sure I'll be able to get back up again.
See some people walking down those steps. We're gonna get this right here.
The captain here, noting the latest acquisition from the Varun tomb, the boost pack stashed away in maintenance. Secured in the vault, or at least what passes for a vault in this ragtag operation. As always, Varun tech is a gamble. It might work or not. Am I disappointed that I can't take it for a test flight? Not in the slightest. I'm not that reckless. Let someone else play the guinea pig. I'll wager 50 credits that somebody blows themselves up with it before the week is over. Ah, the joys of pirate life. The captain begrudgingly acknowledging and signing off.
Thank you, Captain. And it looks like a couple of the Varun bodies were dragged in here. Looks like a shower area. And there is someone that's been converted to a Starborn. Let's see if we can spook them.
Damn it. What was that? Gotcha!
Uh-oh. Game's lagging out a little bit here, but let's see. Got that. This'll fit somewhere. Fits right there. Do I have something that looks like it'll fit in the remainder slots? Yes.
Looks like trouble is coming.
Ouch. That's
Okay. Let's update friendly foe settings. Recalibrate friendly foe settings. Alright, it's been recalibrated. Activate the units. Okay, we will come back to this room after we clear them out.
into the fun stuff.
I think I have a lot of rounds with this.
Give me some cover. Anything.
I didn't feel a thing. That was scary.
The best defense is indifference.
Oh my god. Torin, quit walking in my line of sight.
You can rely on me.
Yeah, I can run line on you to walk in my line of sight.
Obviously, that's just
Poke your head up again. Yeah, that felt nice, too.
For a moment there, my life flashed before my eyes. It was a very long moment.
Okay. Let's make sure we loot everything. Find any potential data slates. No, nothing. Nothing in here.
Scanning.
I went into battle with just a frag grenade. My gosh. How silly. We have this little hidden alcove in the back. Let's see what we can find. Corpo power suit. I don't know if I'll need those. It has been raining non-stop where I live. It is very, very humid.
I can hold this position.
Because, like, we've been getting non-stop rain for basically, like, a month now. Let's switch to this. Conserve some of the ammo with our good weapons. We have some messages. Update. Update on Kappa Bunker Project. Subject, update on Kappa Bunker Project. This communication serves to provide status update on Kappa Site Project. Effective immediately, you are to suspend all activities on Kappa Site. Priority is now the reconstruct. I think we already read that. Incident report, cave-in during drilling operations. Subject, cave-in during to all relevant personnel. This is a formal report. An incident, drilling level. Cave-in has transpired, impacting multiple levels of the facility. Affected areas, level 1, severe damage to the drilling site for officer and regular living quarters. Level 3, partial compromise of engineering level. Specifically, the vehicle experiment areas, damage to command centers, redundant backup system section, immediate actions, containment, all available personnel have been deployed to contain the affected areas and mitigate further damage. Securing the area, effective protocols are in effect to secure the structural integrity of the bunker. Damage assessment. Engineering teams are conducting a comprehensive assessment to determine the extent of the damage and potential risks. Priorities. Safety. Ensuring the safety of all personnel is the highest priority. Adhering to strict safety protocols and report hazards immediately. Stabilization. Efforts are focused on stabilizing the impacted areas to prevent additional cave-ins and structural failures. Communication. Maintain open lines of communication. Regular updates will provide as this situation develops. Report any new developments without delay. Your strict compliance with emergency procedures is imperative at this time. Further instructions will be communicated as this situation progresses, and additional actions are required. Drilling Officer Goldorak. Subject. Construction and furnishing schedules for the Kappa Site project levels to all relevant personnel. As we initiate the construction and furnishing of our bunkers, adherence to following phase schedule is imperative for operational efficiency and security. Below are designated phases and their respective priorities. Phase 1, Level 0, Entrance and Initial Security, Blast Door, Install Robust Barrier, Security Booth, Construct Access Monitoring Booth, Storage Area, Set up Storage for Supplies, Security Gate, Implement Additional Security Level, Layer, Phase 2, Level 3, Engineering and Maintenance, Energy Reactor, Install Core Power Source, Engineering Area, Build Maintenance Workshop, Maintenance Area, and Establish Tool Storage Space. Phase 3, Level 4, Water Reservation and Support Facilities, Water Reservoir, developed large storage area, changing room for workers, build maintenance personnel facilities. Phase 4, the command center. Command center construction operational hub with advanced blah 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 systems. Emergency exit. Integrate concealed emergency exit. That's how we're going to be leaving, by the way. Phase 5, Level 1, Officer and Administrative Zone. Officer living quarters, provide officer accommodations. Officers set up the administrative offices. Research and development areas established for space advancements. Officer lounge and restaurant. Finalized relaxation and dining areas. Strict adherence to this schedule is mandatory. All personnel are to execute their assigned tasks with precision and diligence. So, Kappa Project Director Tanit Sakdos, I think that's how you'd say it. Operational status report, water reservoir and energy generator. Subject, operation status report, water reservation and energy generation. To all relevant personnel, I am pleased to report that the water reservoir pumping and filtration system, along with the energy generator of our bunker, are operational and functioning at optimum capacity. Operational status, water reservoir system. The pumping and filtration systems of our water reservoir is fully operational and capable of meeting all our demands at this facility. All critical components have been thoroughly inspected and tested to ensure seamless operation. Water quality parameters are within acceptable limits, guaranteeing the provision of clean and potable water for our personnel. Energy generation. The energy generator serving as the backbone of our power supply is online and functioning efficiently. Regular maintenance checks have been conducted to uphold its reliability and performance standards. While a significant portion of these systems is automated, it is imperative that we maintain rigorous monitoring protocols to ensure their continued functionality and efficiency. By adhering to strict monitoring protocols and proactive maintenance practices, we ensure the resilience and reliability of our bunker infrastructure. Maintenance Officer Nico Carglass. There's a lot of reading there. Well, I gotta wait for the internet to kind of like pick back up. Getting a little bit of frame rate drop. Oh, come on, man. Catch back up. That's where we're going next, is up those stairs, but I want to loot these guys for their ammunition because I used a lot of bullets to clear this area. Fight Club.
Well done. Look at you go.
So apparently they were holding a fight club
Hey, Dad,
there.
I've got something for you.
Thank you. I love toast. There is a spacer beast somewhere around here.
Wow, that's impressive.
Ah, they're above me. When we go up the steps, we're sure to meet them. Quite a fun quest. So the real question of the purchase of Nexus mods is that new company going to be successful in obtaining permission by publishers to monetize mods? But let's listen to this first.
The captain here, once again chronicling the insufferable antics of our esteemed boss. Seems he couldn't resist snagging that Varun armor for himself, as per the usual. Typical, really. The man always hoards the choicest loot for his own glorification. Now, he scurried back to his so-called command center. But alas, we're stuck here, pandering to his ego and pretending to be impressed by his ostentatious displays. Oh well, such is the life of a spacer, I guess. The captain's signing off.
Okay. So I think possible with small producers, like I was saying before. There's also another route they could take, which I think would really piss people off, is they could require mod authors to insert billboards into their mods so that they could display advertisements and monetize that way, even though I do think that potentially could also get them in trouble with publishers. It's one thing to have ads on a website that offers mods, but inserting them directly into the mods would probably be really problematic. We gotta...
That's so now.
Providing cover.
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
Hey, that guy's dead.
Hi there.
What do you
Need
need?
something?
Find Trackers Alliance. And that keycard's gonna get us to the next area. I don't know what that doohickey is, but it looks important. This must be the cave-in they were talking about. Here's the boost pack. We just have one more item to retrieve. And it'll probably be in the final room, of course. Any bullets? Bullets, 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 no bullets. So let's scope this out a little bit. Yeah, that's what I thought. We have enemies.
I still think you have that "come find me" sign on your back.
I am doing terrible at sniping. There we go.
That was one hell of a fight. We remain victorious.
There you are. It's on.
War does not determine who's right. War determines who's left.
Correct, Benjamin Dune. Yeah, very likely there's a possibility that I don't think that they'll put ads into mods, because I think that could get them in some legal troubles, even though that would be like a very hairy court case. They'd probably try to avoid that. Could put ads a little bit more heavily on the website. They're kind of in a tricky predicament. Like, really, what needs to occur is they need to convince publishers to allow them to monetize mods. Which, you know, at the end of the day, publishers are going to want a cut of that, because it's their intellectual property that's being modified. They allow it to occur. There's our poutine that was stored up. There's our baguettes. They allow that to occur, like in Bethesda's case, for free, because one, it keeps interest in the games that their older titles, like Morrowind itself. There's still a very vibrant modding community for that. And that's why they allow it to happen for free. Like, their older games still get tons of plays. Like, I can still find, you know, live streams of people playing Morrowind to this day, and find videos all over the place. And it's because it has a vibrant modding community. Because Bethesda does allow mods to be made on their intellectual property. They could take the route of Nintendo and just shut down mods in general, but I don't think they would do that, just because of the benefit of it. But, you know, once you start charging for mods, it's all of a sudden it becomes, where's my cut? And you might have like mixed feelings about that. Like, why should Bethesda get a cut of like mods fixing their game? I've heard that argument. And a lot of the mods is, you know, it's not even fixing the game. It's like adjusting gameplay settings for like personal taste. So I think maintenance. Oh wait, we're on maintenance. Oh, I think we need to go to the command center, because we've already gone to the...
You picked the wrong fight!
Oh, someone's here.
Tension and now...
It's a crying shame that these here vermin didn't learn any manners.
It's a crying shame that they spawned in behind us. But that's Bedlam Dungeon Randomizer for you.
Wow, how do you do that?
So they're all in there. And we have this room over here. What is this room? This looks like some kind of like officer's lounge. It looks like my companions are engaging them.
Gone like smoke.
Oh, they're engaging our companions. And there's quite a lot of them there. I was hoping for like a computer.
I'm not beaten yet. Throwing things at us.
Yeah, this gun's almost out of ammo.
Well,
trouble.
Let's take a heart plus. You're gone.
Damn it! Reload!
Got you.
I am not going down without you. Because with my back, I probably won't be able to get back up again.
I saw you over there. Well,
There
one
ain't
left.
no justice, just us.
Say goodnight.
Sometimes. Don't worry, Dan. You keep moving forward. I'm right behind you. Hi, Dan.
Keep moving forward. That's the spirit.
Take a seat in the throne.
What do you mean? No. I've had it up to here. You hear me, King? I'm done. I can't bear your idiocies any longer. I deserve better than this. I sacrificed everything. My dreams, my ambitions, all for what? To serve a fool like you? I was promised a glorious future in the military, and I threw it all away because I thought you were worth it. But now, I see you for what you truly are. A colossal disappointment. So here I am, stuck on this backwater planet surrounded by locals who aren't exactly friendly to former spacers and relic stealers like us. Consider this my final farewell. Captain, out! And you, King, you can go rot in the vacuum of space for all I care.
Huh. Very interesting. So we got everything. Believe so. I think we got all the slates in here. We might have missed some. There's quite a lot. But let's make our quick exit. Yet again, I like the level design. Quick exits. When I do my final review of this, I am going to comment on that level design that I love, where I don't have to backtrack through the entirety of this point of interest to find the exit. Like, they put an exit at the end. It's something they've been doing since Oblivion. But they did it really well here. So like everything has like a nice little exit point, which makes this very easy for us. And we can just fast travel from here to where we need to go. Note, if you want the Fang suit, you're going to have to do some special stuff in the dialogue tree
Hi, Dan. What do you
that's
need?
coming up ahead. I'm going to try and do it. It involves a little bit of persuasion. Game's kind of laggy right now.
Solutions nearly always come from the direction you least expect. So there's no point in that
I just can't believe you take
hello
such
there.
a risk. You knew the danger, yet you went anyway. And you went alone.
Because you wouldn't allow me to go if I had asked. It's not the heirlooms that are important, but what they represent. I wish you would understand when I tell you how much Makara means to me.
Yes, our honored ancestor is worthy of remembrance, but she is long gone now. You are here today, right now. Don't throw that away to protect the memory of someone who can never even know who you are.
Makara lived a life in service to the Great Serpent and earned glory in his name. Now I am called to serve. I wish only to answer that call and continue what she began. Why won't you let me?
You're too young to understand. One day when you have children of your own, you will see things differently. Until such a day, I do not want you to return to the tomb. Do you understand?
Yes, Father. Welcome to my home. You come with good news, I hope.
I'll get to that first, but are your injuries healing?
Well enough, thanks to your timely aid. As for my father, well, his trust in me will take longer to heal. Does your presence here mean that you were successful?
Makara's legacy is secured. I have your stolen heirlooms. Yeah, I got a whole lot fewer spacers to worry about, and yes, I have your relics too. I like that option.
Good. Given the harm they've caused our people, those spacers deserve to suffer. As for the relics, I assume you're referring to the stolen heirlooms. That news is most welcome. Did you hear that, Father? The diviner was able to reclaim Makara's heirlooms.
Ah, is that so? You've redeemed my daughter's failure. And for that, you have my gratitude.
What do you mean? What failure?
When the catastrophe struck, Malia insisted on going to the tomb. I objected because I knew it would be dangerous, but she swore an oath on Makara's name to keep the heirloom safe. I warned her that such an oath cannot be undone, and she agreed to bear the burden.
Your daughter did her best. You should cut her some slack. If not for her, you would not even know the items were taken. She risked her life to protect your family's legacy, and you call it a failure. We're not going to go with that option. I don't want to call him a terrible father. He's just concerned about his daughter. If not for her, you wouldn't even know the items had been taken.
All the same, she took upon herself the duty to safeguard the heirlooms, and failed in that duty. Perhaps that means nothing to you, but we of the Hajtal name take such matters very seriously.
Father,
Enough, child. I have said all I have to say on the matter. Shall we bring this misadventure to a close? Give me the heirlooms. I'll hold on to them until it's safe to return them to the tomb where they belong.
what if we restore the heirlooms, make them work again? I could use them to help keep our people safe. This is the will of the Great Serpent. I know it in my heart. He calls me to serve.
Do not speak such blasphemies. None can claim to know the will of the Great Serpent. To utter such words is sacrilege. I will not discuss the matter further.
Yes, Father.
I apologize. My daughter can be impulsive. If you would, please, the heirlooms.
What is your objection to Malia use the heirlooms?
And see my only child throw herself into danger at every opportunity? She wants to honor Makara's legacy. But if she falls in battle, that legacy will end then and there. In any case, it's a family matter. I'm sorry, but I don't wish to discuss it any further.
How do you know they won't just be stolen again?
They were secure in the tomb for decades. It was only recent events that changed that. When I'm sure our home is safe once more, I will take them back myself.
You should repair the heirlooms and give them to
Why
Malia.
would I allow my only child to take such a risk? I cannot deny the truth of your words. Malia is still young and impulsive. She is not ready for such responsibility.
Your people need all the help they can get.
It's
Yes.
impossible to deny that we are more vulnerable now than ever before. I can't believe I'm saying this, but you've changed my mind.
Thank you, Father. You will not regret this decision. I promise.
I hope you're right, my daughter. I truly do. I understand Malia promised you a reward for returning these items to us. These credits should suffice as payment. Now your part in this is over.
Awesome. So, if you want the Fang stuff, occasionally she will be seen
Now I
out
can truly make a difference.
and about, and if you kill her, she will drop the Fang items. I've never done that, but one could do that.
Great Serpent be blessed. At last, I can serve in a way that truly honors Makara's legacy.
Hi there.
Hello there.
But that's going to be the end of this episode. We had the lovely Fang quest. I really do enjoy it. We have the dual stories going on. The one with the spacer captain and the story of the actual Fang heirlooms and recovering them. Excellent level design in that. I do love how you kind of like creep down to the bottom of the bunker and then work your way back up to the top. Everything's very designed very well. And there's also the ability to obtain the Fang items through some kind of secretive means where you basically, allow her to start using those again. And if you find her out in the wilderness and kill her, you can have them for your own. But a very interesting storyline indeed. And like always, don't get caught up in the drama of the internet, because the likelihood of mods being monetized is relatively slim. There would be a whole lot of negotiations to happen. I don't see it happening with large publishers. I would see them more likely creating their own modding platforms like Creations. But it would be possible for maybe some smaller indie games that didn't want to put in the effort to regulating and monitoring a modding platform. Possible for that for smaller indie producers. I just don't see it as a likelihood for larger games like Rockstar Games or Bethesda Games to do so. Namely, Bethesda already has Creations, so I highly doubt we will see monetized Bethesda games on Nexus or Bethesda mods on Nexus. And I would highly doubt that with like Grand Theft Auto or like Red Dead Redemption, anything like that. Maybe some small indie producers might. But don't get caught up in the drama of the internet. They're just, they're kind of jumping to conclusions without thoroughly thinking the legality of it and what would need to occur for the direct monetization of mods. Basically, we're just seeing the death notes of Nexus mods. They're kind of cashing in their chips now. And we will see that company probably try to extract as much money as possible through non-direct means. This is going to be like Their memberships will probably be restructured a little bit. Lifetime memberships might end, which potentially could get them in a hairy situation as well. And we'll probably see a lot more ad drops on the website, but you know, not all is to be too concerning. You know, probably see Nexus go the way of the dodo. A lot of people are like, oh yeah, others will scramble to pick it up. Nah, I don't think so. There's a reason why Nexus is probably the only major player in this, and it's because monetizing mods is a very difficult proposition, and you can't do it directly without permission from publishers. But as always, please enjoy your evening, and I will see you again soon.